Everybody, I'm Hayes Infields II.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Lex, and we want to wish all our mothers a
Happy Mother's Day! Woohoo! Welcome to Various Fields.
Welcome to Various Fields, everybody. Quick thing, everybody, just one nice thing about moms. Moms all over the place. What's the first thing that comes to mind? My thing is that my specific mom is the best mom that's ever mommed out there, and I'm sorry for all the other moms I'm making competitive.
Hey, my mom's the best mom.
Oh, don't you dare. My mom is the best mom.
My mom is the
All
best
right, you guys, you're going to cause a scandal here. You both have the same mom. Oh, everybody relax. I tell you, these guys.
Oh, that does hurt you. You've never done that. I never thought of that.
I just thought, no. We do have the same
My
mom.
bad.
You're right.
Yikes.
Sometimes a bit in public doesn't sell the same way when we do it in front. Yeah, well. Anyway, okay. So your mom. So tell me, your mother. For the both of you. What is it that you think was something that you found resonated?
I think something that's really, really special about my mom in particular, and I think it applies to some moms out there, but something that I feel really special about my mom, and I think everyone can also agree with this, is that not only is my mom, like everyone's like, oh, my mom is kind, and I think my mom is the most empathetic woman out there, just because everyone knows when you have family outings and we all go out together, almost every time my mom will go out and say how wonderful it is, how special it is to her, and we feel the same way, and then she'll have to hold back tears, but this is every occasion. And this is every occasion, and it is very special to me. But it is funny how consistent it is, and especially maybe sometimes around your side of the family, it is expected at the point. They're like, it's quite wonderful, Mom. When you see this, if you see this, we love you so much. Thank you for teaching me empathy. Thank you for teaching me how to be kind and be open. And it's we love you, Mom.
All right. What about yourself?
For myself, yes, Mom is very empathetic as a person. But I also love the fact that she is, I always like to say she's secretly funny. Right? There are moments of times when, like, there are times when we go back and forth in bits, and then she's like, wait, what's going on? I don't understand. And there's times when she would just start one herself, and then we're like, in the middle of a task, you're like, wait, did Mom just make a joke?
That's true.
And it's usually amazing.
And she would go on with her day, and then nothing happened. It's like, wait, that was relevant to something. Wait a second.
You know what it is too? It's funny to us because I feel like we all react like they just did like a crazy rap lyric. My mom will say like a very funny joke, but it's because it's sometimes inconsistent. So a very funny joke, and then we're like, oh my gosh, and my mom just like her cute laugh. She's like hee, and we're all like, dang, that was great. But the girl was like, oh my god,
crazy.
Right. You have to give your mom some credit because she was surrounded by three guys who were like basically Looney Tunes come to life, so we always did bits. We would go around with the Merry Melodies theme playing in our own heads, and so and her giving us a sense of dignity in the household was a big lift. So we appreciate you doing that. I would like to give a shout out to all the moms out there doing a wonderful thing before I get to my mom. But all the great moms out there. My two sisters who are still with it. All my sisters are great moms. My nieces are great moms. They're wonderful people that we're just so thankful for them. And we've got a host of cousins and friends of great moms out there. All the moms that are doing great things, and even the moms that are going through times like, what am I going to do? Listen, we thank you for persevering and being that personality that's going to persevere and no matter what, because it's a tough job being a mom. It's a tough job. The whole world relies on you and almost desires that you do it with such a almost docile type of personality, and that's not always available to us. But we thank you for pushing through and hanging because we love our moms. Now, my mom, who is no longer with us, Sadie B. Fields, she was a force to be reckoned with, and I from time to time, when you don't have your mom, and I'll tell you, those who have your moms, love them, because there are times that come on and say, man, if I could just feel her hand upon my face, I would love that, because that was something that I didn't realize that I would miss so much, But she was. I mean, I can go on and on about Sadie, You know, in fact, it was funny. I remember when there was a song that came out. I can't remember who wrote it, but it was a song. I'm gonna say that. It was a Sadie song, and me and my sisters, when we heard it when we were much younger, you know, it was about another great mom named Sadie. All we do would be weeping in the house. And I was too young. I was really young. My mother was, you know, alive and well at the time. It's like, what are you guys crying about, you know? But yeah. So to Sadie B. Fields is probably running the choir in heaven at this point. And my father's probably doing the management of that said choir. I'm sure God's going like, what's going on here? Who are these two?
Who's this guy from Odyssey? Who's this guy?
But other than that, that was it. All right, so moms, fantastic. Let's give a hand clap to mom. Woo! We love you. All right.
Well, guys, I want to let you know, again, as people know, we all have different episodes that we produce. And today is my special day to produce another episode of Reddit Stories.
Reddit Stories, yay! Now, what are Reddit Stories, once again, for my friends who are of my age that might not know exactly what it is?
So, Reddit is a website, and also now an app, that is mostly known as a forum page. A lot of people will know it as what I would call early internet. The reason why I express it that way is that, like, the internet used to be a lot of these things before social media, before this was like, you can have your random username. It's usually often, what I'm saying, nondescript. Anonymous is a thing. Anonymous is a thing. And it's more about forums. So lots of times Reddit is used for obligatory community interaction.
It used to be called bulletin boards at once.
Yes, something very similar.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well,
so, like, you would reach out and be like, I have a question about, like, hey, do you guys know what this wart is? I'm concerned about it. And then you go to, on this Reddit, r/warts, and then everyone that knows stuff about warts will be like, well, as a medical professional, because you can just reach out to anybody. Right. And it's been known as to be a very useful place. Sometimes people warn you to be a very dangerous place, not in a quite real way, but more like because you have so much access to public information there, sometimes not only will people get back to you, they might get back to you more than you've expected. But it's generally known to be a very fun space, and people oftentimes on Reddit go to something called AITH, which stands for Am I the Explicit Hole? And also r/advice. And those are some of the stories we'll be looking at today.
Okay.
Well, but I bet you're wondering.
What are we wondering?
We just talked about Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And we're going to Reddit stories. These guys, they're tactless. There's no transition. Talking about Mother's Day off the top, and then there's a Reddit story off there. Don't you worry, audience. I got you. Because the first Reddit story is going to be about moms.
Okay, listen. Just before you get to that Reddit story, I just want to do a disclaimer. If you do have a mysterious wart growing on you, that's exactly what you're going.
I don't think we should advise our public to look for medical professional help on Reddit.
Yeah.
That's what it was about.
I know. We just want to protect
you. We understand.
If you have a math question, you go to Reddit. Why am I getting all this flack? If you want to know how to bake a cookie, you go to Reddit.
And also, if you have any,
guys,
just don't go to Reddit likes if you have any warts. Just go to your doctor. Right?
Yeah, go to your doctor. That's always
go to your doctor.
What?
He's probably not everybody's.
He's probably on Reddit. But make sure you see him before you Reddit.
Not everybody's got healthcare.
I'm not exactly sure why you.
Shoulder McGee.
Shoulders McGee.
Shoulders McGee. That's
Yikes.
What we're going with.
Oh, okay.
Holy cow.
1930s gangster. Shoulders McGee. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, let's
So
do it.
this first story I want is going to be about. This is more of. This is a AITH, someone is going to the public, going to Reddit, and asking, let's do it this way, if they were in the wrong about how they handle this situation, and they're going to the Reddit community to ask about this. And this is a mom, I believe in this case they're a single mom, but a mom's interaction. And it has a lot to do with make sure I'm doing this right.
Now, should we all read it? I say, we're just going to listen to you read it.
Yes, indeed.
That way, so we are not all looking down.
I love it.
Some of it, we want to
We're
make sure
going to
that
stare blankly at the camera.
Right. And you'll see us.
And you'll see our live reaction.
Right. Sometimes we'll mug at the camera or at each other,
right.
Just in case we.
Inquisitive.
That's right.
Shocked.
Let's see. And then let's see if to do this
inquisitive.
That was good. That was good emotion. Okay. You know, so listen, must be exciting for everybody to watch what we're doing here. And we are just excited to have you here. This is called like stretching the time a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, as my son is looking for
Technical
exactly.
difficulties.
So we open the door. We swing open the curtain.
Okay.
There's nothing
Break
held.
the fourth wall.
We break the fourth. Why do we do that, Hayes? I never called you Hayes. I always called
That was drawing from you, too.
If I'm Hayes, who are you?
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. So Trey.
Yes, that's who I am.
Yes, but you are also Hayes. But anyway, we won't go there. Why do we break the fourth wall?
To engage in our audience in a relevant situation that they're experiencing outside of the fourth wall, or the frame beyond the film, as well as recognize the comedy within that moment. In short,
Wow, that was fancy. Yeah, but you see, the reason for breaking the fourth wall
why do
for
we
me.
explain jokes?
Yeah, but why? You know what? That's not the question. The question is why doesn't anybody else explain jokes? I think that explaining jokes is the key thing in comedy. Because if a joke falls flat, there's nothing that makes the joke funnier than you
The best way to
explaining.
ruin comedy and in horror film.
Now
I know what the monster is. I'm not scared of it anymore.
That's it. No. But as we're still looking for the Reddit thing, and this is live, ladies. Well, it's not live for you now. And actually, will this be shown on Mother's Day?
Yes, it will.
All right. So as we are talking and waiting right now, and we're almost there.
Thank you all.
No pressure. We once again, we want to reiterate to the mothers. Oh, how about this? Nels and Paul. Do you have anything to say? First of all, ladies and gentlemen,
Like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, do that now. Do that now. I'm not using. I'm so.
I'm just saying.
30 minutes.
There's no wrong time to say like.
Well, all right. Well,
You
okay,
said
so
the
say-
website very slowly.
Say, okay.
And speaking of very slowly, we found that story very
Yay!
Some of the technical difficulties.
Okay, all right.
It has been sent to the group chat, guys. If you would like to, the group chat. If you guys want to sing along,
Sing along?
Sing along. If you guys
Sing
want,
along.
if you guys want to read along.
Everyone knows this.
The boys.
Okay. You guys keep changing names of the group chat. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, I see what you did there.
Okay.
Okay, we are ready to go.
All right. So this is someone that's going to. You'll read along and we'll go as long.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is. They want my daughter to be a flower girl at their wedding, but I'm not invited.
The scandal.
Ooh. Can you do it again and let's give a big ooh.
Oh, okay.
And do you have anything that's like a ooh or
I have.
It's a good time to figure it out.
Okay,
Wow,
that's good.
That's amazingly appropriate.
Okay, do it one more time and let's
Take two,
do the
everybody.
ooh. There we go and go.
They want my daughter to be a flower girl at their wedding, but I'm not invited.
Ooh.
All right. It starts off with whatchamacallit. I think the user's name is Maudib. Maudib. All right. Have I been eating crazy cakes? Am I off base? I really need to know. Becky is someone I have known for many years. These also using all fake names, so Becky's probably not Becky. Becky is someone I have known for many years. We are in the same social circle, more like friends of friends, but we are not super close. It's really more like acquaintance I run into from time to time. I do see them and hang out with them at gatherings, probably 3 to 4 times per year, but I've never been to their house nor them to mine.
Okay.
I'm a single parent to an 11-year-old girl, and I received a call from Becky, who has never called me in her life before this, asking if my daughter would do the honor of being a flower girl because there are no other young kids in her family.
Wow. All right.
Side note, my daughter, who would eat this up, she'd love to be a flower girl. I asked for the wedding date and where it was, and she told me that it was a winery in the middle of nowhere, almost 2 hours driving from where we live. But she also said that it's an extremely intimate wedding for a family and few very close friends. And unfortunately, there wouldn't be room for me at either the ceremony or the reception. I'm sure you can understand these in quotes.
Wow.
Yes.
I love it.
That's crazy.
I told her I'd look into it and have to call her back because honestly, I was too stunned to reply. Listen, I have zero problems not being invited to anyone's wedding. You do you and your day, no problem. But let me get this straight. Becky wants me to spend the time and money on getting a flower girl, dress, shoes, drive my kid 2 hours away to a winery in the middle of nowhere and drop her off unsupervised with a bunch of adults? And I should do what? Wait in the car, wait down the road, wait in the bathroom, wait in the kitchen with the caterers? LOL. There isn't even a cafe within 30 minutes of the drive. Am I off base for thinking this is totally bonkers? I'm going to pause right there.
Pause
So
right there. Wow.
that's a mom dealing with, I think sometimes we don't know what our moms deal with.
We don't know.
But there's a little bit more to the story. But before we get there, guys, what do we think? How, Pops, as a dad, how would you feel if someone asked me and Trey, as we were young kids,
To be flower girl?
How would you feel about that?
I would be very confused and immediately say no, thank you.
As would I.
What do we think of the story, guys, so far?
But this, my opinion as a parent, you are not bonkers. In fact, unfortunately, we live in such a tumultuous world with so many different problems. Why would you ever send your child away with people you don't know that well? You just said that, you only had them over to the house, never,
Yeah.
and only 2 to 3 times a year. And basically, your child is beautiful, apparently, because, and I know that you must be because they have no young children in their family. It's almost like, I don't even know if that's a compliment, but I'm sure your child is
I've never outsourced for a 5-year-old.
But no, you're not bonkers. Don't
Actually, no,
insinuate.
that's not true. We have Fiverr.
That's so good. That is so good.
I don't know.
Fiverr is an app in which you can use these services to make sure that people can also do side or odd jobs for you. So if you don't have a bit better to do, Fiverr, sponsor us.
You see? He explained the joke. Wasn't it better? I tell you, right there you go.
Side or odd jobs.
But anyway, your mom, you are not bonkers at all. That's my opinion.
No, I
What's your
agree.
take
I
on the
feel
story
that
so far?
at any point in time when you have a young person at an event, right, there should always be a chaperone with them, right? Particularly if it's an event that they're not necessarily a part of, they're just literally being outsourced, the mother should definitely be there. If not, if there's no space in the wedding, at the very least, have them stand to the side and partake in the event. Find an extra chair where they can sit by the sidelines if they have to. But don't say, oh, sorry, we didn't have enough room for you at the table. You can't even be a part of the catering. Like, this is kind of crazy to me.
Even without I understand, like you said, not to be invited, like it's not a big problem, but also even without the weirdness of it all, the flower girl invitation, it does seem rude, at least even the person, so the way they reached out to like not even try to provide a space, not to have a conversation about it. Maybe it's the way you're doing the wedding, but even then, that interaction, if you had no kid, would be a weird way to reach out to someone. And be like, hey, we need this of you, but we have no use of you as an individual. You know what I mean? If I was going to bring a bottle of wine, it's like, hey, thanks for the bottle of wine, but you got to skedaddle.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about a child here.
No, so
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Hey, can I borrow your kid does not sound good in any circumstance. Wedding aside,
Well, listen, but this brings to mind the other side of it, though. I have to applaud the audaciousness of the people actually asking this. So let us now,
Becky clearly
do me a
doesn't have the
favor,
good hair.
let us now recreate
Okay.
that moment at the table where this very question had to come up. I will play the potential bride.
Okay.
You
Hilarious.
will play the groom, and you will play
Person okay, I guess
another human being in this.
I'll be the best man.
Yeah. Okay. Best man. Okay. So.
Okay.
All right. Everything is planned.
Great voice.
We've got the yes.
Great voice.
We've got We've got the reception hall. We got everything. The only thing we don't have is a flower girl.
Listen, I can ask my. Oh wait, no, they're like 24 now. They can't be a flower girl for some reason.
Why not get a flower dog instead? We have
No one's ever heard of a flower dog. That's a ridiculous idea.
Stop saying
Come
that.
on.
I want a flower
There
girl.
can't be a worse idea than a flower dog.
We have no kids in our family.
I have a fantastic idea.
What's that?
You know that one friend that you hardly speak to ever in your life, only maybe a couple times a year?
Wait,
Bookie?
where are
Bookie?
you going to with this? I don't understand.
Bookie?
Bookie, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Bookie. Don't
yeah.
they have a young
Bookie.
daughter?
Yes, and the daughter's very cute.
I just thought about this. We don't have space and or time or money to accommodate this whole adult. Clearly, that should stop this conversation.
No way.
No, I think the best man's onto something.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe it's right, because the last time I spoke to Bookie, she seemed quite reasonable.
Awesome. Let's ask this reasonable person if we can have their daughter to be a flower girl. There couldn't possibly be an issue with it.
What could be wrong with that?
Ring, ring, ring.
Is that it? Did we do it in scene?
I don't know how far we can actually go.
Yeah, that was good.
Anyways, guys, we might be getting ahead of ourselves. Because there's more to this story.
No!
All right, so it's a really long introduction. All right. So this is the update we're going to get. So apparently, also because this is Reddit, just to let you know, there are other commenters that were also talking about this. Someone responds, "You're right. This is bonkers. I'd be saying no matter how much she would love to been a flower girl," referring to her daughter. "I would not be leaving my 11-year-old daughter alone with a bunch of people she didn't know who would be drinking." That's a really good point.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Someone else responds, "Let them know they can hire her. Normal wedding rate would be 1,000 plus all costumes, 2,500 plus all the costumes." That's a really good point. It's like, hey, if you don't want to, hire me and I'll be a part of the staff, and now you can afford
Flower girl for hire. I like that. Wow.
Let's see what other comments. Let's see. And then someone else says, "No, for real, stick with $1,000. People kept going on about the money, but it's like, hey, just ask them to hire you, and that's the best way to go about it. All right, so now we're going to go to more of this story. And we're going to go here. This is again from the original poster.
Okay, all right.
Says, so this text message string, which we'll see in a second.
Okay, I don't know where that's at, but
I got
I'll
you.
just trust you.
So this text message string is from a few months ago, and I'm just getting around to posting this update. So I tried to take the high road with a polite, "We're unavailable," and got hit back with, "Just say you don't wanna, or you're broke."
Or
Yes,
you're
yes.
broke.
I'll reread this again for people who are stunned in the audience.
No, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Just say you don't wanna, or you're a brokey?
Or you're a brokey, yes.
You gotta say it like that. It's
Yeah. So more like a, just say you don't wanna, or you're a brokey. I'm assuming that's how it's sent through text message.
But I don't understand. Where'd the brokey part come out?
As in they could not afford.
They're calling her poor.
Yeah, exactly.
But
asking for the hire.
Okay, wait a minute. I
So-
lost something. Everybody, please forgive me.
I got you.
All right, so the woman writes back and says,
So, yes, the original poster says, so this text message is a string from a few months ago. We're going to see that in a second. I'm just getting around to posting this update. She's telling the community what's happening. So I tried to take the high road with a polite, and this is what our original poster was.
Okay, all right.
"We're unavailable." And the person who initially reached out to her responds back with, "Just say you don't wanna, or you're broke."
but I don't understand where the brokey part comes, because what would...
So in return of saying, "Hey, I don't think it's a good idea to leave my daughter unattended at this party I am not partaking in," right? The bride had the continued audacity to say, "Hey, just tell me flat, you don't want to do this for me, or you want me to pay you," to say it outright flat. But in the offensive way of saying, "You're asking for money, aren't you?"
I don't think this was done in good faith. So the logic behind it may not be the most sound.
it's so offensive that it boggled my mind. I really was confused. Like, why would...
No, this is not how you broker a good deal.
No.
Not good relations.
So the woman would drive her child
For free.
using gas money in
For
these
free.
in this economy
For free.
and for free, take it up, and now she's saying, "Oh, you don't want your child to be in this wedding
For free.
because you're broke."
But let's see this. Listen, there could be more context. So we're going to go straight to the text messages.
Okay, go ahead.
Because the original poster has sent the text messages up there exchange.
All right.
So I want to click on an
This
image,
is interesting.
and we're going to see.
All right.
So this is what our original poster, the person that has the daughter, sent back to them after the initial interaction.
Wow.
I have to open a whole new app apparently to do this. We're going to
Okay,
skip past
wow.
that part. All right, hold on. So this is how the message goes.
All right.
It goes, "Unfortunately, we are unavailable at that time. Sending warm wishes that your wedding is everything you've dreamed of and wish you both the best in your new life together. Congratulations." There's a heart emoji and a little wedding bride emoji.
Wow, so polite.
nice.
Very nice. Nicely
Yes.
They
done.
even have the heart, the wedding, the bride.
And the person's
ring.
response is, "For real, you're busy over a year from now, just say you don't want to do it or you're a brokey, LOL. I was trying to do something nice and include your kid in my day, and you can't even be honest? So rude. I don't know why you're acting like this.
That's crazy.
Wow. What? Is this now, are we sure these stories are real? Because this sounds absolutely
There is no way
unbelievable.
to necessarily vet these stories.
Right.
However, this is what Reddit stories are for, and this is why it's fun.
Yeah,
Entertaining.
okay, all right. So,
But
so
these
go
are
on.
real text messages.
But go on. This is amazing.
So, now, it does seem that the person, after sending a nice reply, I believe, has decided to match character with character. So this is our original poster again that has the daughter. This is how she replies. Come again? WTF. I tried to take the high road, but you had to push it. So let's get this straight. You asked me to dress up my 11-year-old child, spend time and money to drive her 2 hours away to a remote winery and hand her off unsupervised to a group of adults. She doesn't know she doesn't know, so she can perform in your ceremony while I checks notes. She added checks notes. She does good bits. I like that. Wait alone and aside like the hired help. Let's call it what it is. What you're asking for is a prop, a glorified Insta accessory, not a guest, not an actual human being.
I declined.
I declined. Sibling, if you can find it.
I declined politely, and you accused me of being rude. WTF? What's rude is treating my kid like a decorative accessory and effing props. And if that's not bad enough, right there, but then you add an acting entitled to her presence without extending even the most basic respect to her parent. The fact that you don't even see a problem with this is exactly why the answer is no. Seriously, WTF, are you thinking? You are completely delusional. Please stop texting because you can F right off.
Wow.
I won't change my mind.
There you go.
Wow.
And that's right from the text. So I believe that's a pretty good confirmation. This may have been a real interaction.
The woman that requested the flower girl should really be on the cover of Selfishness magazine.
Indeed.
I mean, honestly, I'm almost impressed by how selfish that was. It's like I almost want to interview her. I do. I really like, wow, what made you think that would be a good thing?
For, ladies and gentlemen.
I like how you just pulled the Gene Wilder.
No, because I would be so interested in seeing, like, wow, you're really
amazingly entitled. What made this one?
You exist. I can't believe it. It's like, and now the abominable snowman will come in next because this person is amazing.
This is the conclusion to the story from the original poster with the daughter. They go, reader, I have to confess that the 2 glasses of Cabernet Dragon woke up inside me and I went off on a rant. What is my finest moment? Absolutely not. Did I say not F right off near the end? Yep, that was me, and I blame the wine and the effing audacity of, all of it. On the plus side, she never replied, and it has been months, so I assumed the role of unpaid child actor went to central casting, and this episode is closed. That's a great, I like this. I like the
Central casting, I love that.
I can't believe she posted this on AITH. She's asking if she would handle
Oh my gosh! Absolutely. She was.
I think she knows.
Let's give her a hand clap for being a great mom.
Yes.
That's exactly how you should have handled that.
Ask for the money front up.
Your child is not a prop.
I wanted to give that story because I think it's a small thing of like all the things that, because here's the thing, that daughter was 11-year-old. She might never even know about that story. She might never even know that her mom did
That's
that.
interesting.
Right?
Yeah, because she said the daughter would have
liked
eaten it up.
Yeah,
now, could you imagine if she told the daughter and the daughter was like, "Oh my gosh, this is my step towards stardom. I'd love to be a flower girl," and then you say I've declined, and you can make that sad for the child.
This is the yes and part of it, where it's like the only way you can make this work, and I agree with some of the commenters here, is make sure this person pays you. You are now a hired staff. You are now sending your daughter as cast, and then the daughter in the future can write this on her resume as I acted as a flower girl.
Yeah, I still wouldn't trust it.
Oh no, that's
I mean,
it's not even the only way to make it work. Like in truth, just invite the mom.
Yes, exactly.
Make room in your wedding for the one who
That's right.
giving you the child.
It is to the point where it's like, this is so bad. This goes beyond suspicious. Like, I think you are just an elaborate kidnapping.
That's
It does just feel like.
Elaborate.
Like after
kidnapping.
making this connection, you would imagine you could put her in the same space of like, I don't know, friend of bride.
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah, I
right?
mean-
Like there should be one more seat there.
I mean, what would it be like for the child? I mean, that after she's done that, she's sitting at a reception table with who? Drunkards and hey, you really carried those flowers well.
Sits with the rest of the staff.
Good job. Yeah, right.
That's an amazing story of audacity, how crazy some people get during the weddings, and I think an amazing story of how our moms can protect us without even knowing.
Well done. I like the way you landed that. That was very good. All right, let's do another one.
Let's do another story.
story.
And speaking of, if you guys want to have more stories, I'm like, hey, these guys are doing Reddit stories, but what if I have a story to tell? Well, don't you worry, because we have a website that's www.variousfields.com, and you can leave a voice message. And we're going to want you guys to leave voice messages, and please send us more recordings and voice messages about your independent stories, or let us know about your day, or ask us for advice, and we'll give our 2 cents on it. Will that 2 cents be worth anything? Would it be valuable? Will you learn anything? But you can do it. And if you want to interact with us more, please
Like, share, subscribe, and hit all the buttons.
I like that.
and we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can.
Oh, that was well done. All right. So we got another Reddit story. That was an exciting one. I like that one.
Yay! All right, so this time I will send it to you guys. Please look at the little email thing that I sent to you all.
Okay, all right.
And just tell me, look at the little title things I named it, anything that tickles
All
the
right.
fancy per se.
So we're going to
the email sections that I sent you guys.
email section.
Yeah, in the very
You
field
got
email.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, the eighth. That
Why am I so slow?
now this is my brother. He says is my name too.
And
This is a very long title.
It's,
that one.
honestly, I went a little carried away with the title there.
Okay.
It's I'm John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, the 8th.
Nah.
This is my brother.
Okay.
His name is my name too.
Okay, so
That's
where am I going? Here?
So,
And
yes,
is this
right
one?
there.
That one is
Absolutely.
the new
Yep.
one?
Yep.
And
And
John.
some of the
Oh, okay,
things
there we
that-
go. All right,
Yes,
there
sir.
we go. This is so sad.
From
that I don't
9 to
know.
5 do we part? That's kind of
That's a fun one for me.
That's kinda fun.
From 9 to 5
am I doing the wrong one?
Oh, you clicked on one. You just scroll back just to see. But
All right,
do
let's
you
see.
guys want to do
John-
from 9 to 5 do we
No,
part?
let's do that. Let's try that.
Because
one.
we can have another
Oh,
one.
from 9 to 5. Okay, all right, so we go.
So-
This is another one
All
from
right.
9 to 5 do we part. And let me, because what happened last time, I clicked on the link and made
All right.
sure. Aha, so this is the right link. Last time that wasn't what happened.
Okay,
So,
all right,
okay.
okay.
What you got?
So this is another AITH. Now, before I read this one, would you guys like to read? Does anyone else want to jump in?
I like your energy.
I think you're doing a great job. All right.
So this is another AITH asking if they're in the wrong for how they handle the situation. And this is another fun one. Another one also, funny enough, having to do with weddings and getting married and wife stuff.
Wife stuff. I like
Wife
that.
stuff.
Wife stuff.
Okay, all
All
right.
right. So we'll go here. So this is the username. Funny, I didn't actually look at the username before. The username is my husband's work wife. Is that oh? So they made this story their username because it's quite popular apparently.
Okay, all
All
right.
right. So this is AITH for demanding my fiance tell his coworkers that he will not be renewing his vows with his work wife when they return to the office.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Now, a little bit of context for people, if people don't know, there's something called a work wife, there's something called work husband. It's usually used in a very cavalier tone if you have someone that is the opposite gender of you, but you work with them on an office, you're like, haha, we have a good relationship, that's my work wife. That's been a newly developed lingo within, I don't know, the past 2 years. Kind of strange, I don't know, people use it. Let's go on.
No, yeah.
My fiance, Mark, works closely with a woman, Megan. They both have similar responsibilities and need to work together as a team. I've never had any problem with this. They definitely interact outside of work.
Oh, they don't really.
Oh, sorry, thank you. They don't really interact outside of work. Thank you for that correction. We have been working from home the last several weeks. I happened to be in the living room with him yesterday while his office had their weekly Zoom meeting. During that meeting, people began talking about what they wanted to do when everyone returned to the office. This is about 5 years ago, by the way. So we should probably put that out there. So 5 years ago from today, probably during COVID time. I think that's when.
Okay, all right, okay. Oh, Zoom meetings. Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I could hear someone say that my fiance and Megan must really miss each other. Several other people began referring to them as work wife and work husband. Then someone suggested that my fiance and Megan should renew their vows when everyone is back in the office. Mark just played along and joked that they would be registered at Office Depot.
Mm-hmm.
I left the living room in tears while he continued, oblivious to how I was feeling. He was oblivious to how I was feeling. I confronted him after the call and said I felt humiliated. Our wedding was supposed to be in September, but we had to postpone it, and it's not clear when it will be safe to reschedule. And here he is talking about renewing his vows with someone from work. Mark explained that it was just a joke and not a big deal. He tried to show me some joke article his office had been passing around about how teleworking is ruining work-wife relationships. I said the term work-wife itself is offensive and humiliating because I'm supposed to be his wife. I demanded that at his next meeting, he needed to publicly apologize to his office and tell them that he will not be renewing his vows with Megan because he is engaged to marry someone else. I said he also needs to tell his office that they need to stop calling him Megan and him and Megan work spouses. He says he can't do that because it will be embarrassing and hurt his reputation at work with his colleagues. I said, oh, it's hard to feel embarrassed, which is very funny, I won't lie. I would never know what that's like. That's what we call passive aggressive. All right. He called me an a-hole. Now that I've cooled down a little bit, I need to figure out if I overreacted.
Wow. Now, can I say before we even begin this, one of the things, I don't think that we're totally qualified to handle this total conversation. Because here at various fields, we have been talking about getting some female energy.
Indeed.
I would love to have another woman on the panel for this because, you know, with all this testosterone in the room, we could be very biased or you know, accidentally that way. Yes. So, but so to all the ladies that are watching, recognize that we are aware of the limp we might have in reference to this, you know, this particular story. But we'd love to hear anyone responding, and to some of the ladies that we've reached out to become a part of the various fields team as a fields reporter and more. We'd love to, you know, we definitely love to hear your position on it. Okay, I just wanted to give that little bit of a disclaimer so everybody understands. Okay.
So far in the story, what do we think? What do we think of the situation?
Well, unfortunately, you know, this is a man thing.
Yeah.
The first thing that rings out loud and clear to me, what Mark needs to do is invest in some headphones.
Oh.
You know, I think that was the first mistake, but that's a man thing. I really think that was the faux pas that started it all.
That's so funny.
Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
So I've been in environments where work wife and work husband have been passed around, like, you know, indiscriminately, right? In which case, like, I don't really mind it either which way because it's an interesting way to say, like, oh, I'm partnering with this individual at work, obviously, right? We might do a couple of jobs together, that's fine, right? Or just have like an actual genuine connection or friendship that's bonding at our office space, right? At the end of the day, I say leave that at work. Leave that at home. And I understand potentially because of COVID 5 years ago, right, there could have been situations that would have, I dare say, fray the relationship at work, or at least that type of cohesion that would have been had in the office space. But at the same time, like, it was an office joke, or at least an office brand of comedy, right? Leave it at home. You already understand who the partner is. I don't think it should go beyond the household. I mean, like, beyond the four walls there.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Like, mind you, there have been people who have talked. Like, I've heard of people who have talked about having work husbands and having work wives, and they share those stories with their equivalent spouses at their home.
Right.
That's for them to do, and I can't really judge it on an individual level because there's some sensitivities at play per person, you know. So I want to say I'm literally on the fence right now.
Okay.
I'll do this because there's more to this story.
But you're missing
more.
something. You guys are missing something.
Okay, what's that now?
The man called his wife an a-hole.
I was going to get to
all right.
That negates
everything.
Everything.
All
That's verbal abuse right there.
Okay.
So what else is going on?
Agreed. Now let's give a hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's absolutely right because Nels went to the end of the thing, and I got stuck in the very
Nels
beginning.
tells it all.
Nels tells it all. Paul, what's your feeling, Paul? What's your feeling on it?
I have a work wife.
Oh.
It's somebody I've worked with for 25 years.
Okay, all right.
So, even my ex now, but she knew about my work wife because she even called her my work wife.
Right.
All right, okay.
As well. So there was no like of attention of something else happening.
Yeah, you're absolutely. Well, the AO comment definitely does not help the situation.
So, and I think Nels makes a really good point because I'm going to give my 2 cents on the first part of the story, and then I might unfortunately have to give the second part of the story slightly from memory because I had the second part and I can't seem to be able to get access to it again. I'll tell you the rest of it.
Okay, all right.
But my first thing is, and I believe the work wife, work husband thing, just like any lingo, can be harmless because I think in my head it's almost intentionally supposed to be a joke. And my experience is the work wife, work husband thing comes up as like, you got a guy named Bob, you have another person named Nancy. Bob has those two that are most charismatic out of the people. Bob is like, hey Nancy, can you pass me a stapler? And someone goes, aha, that's the work wife, because you're just doing work things. It's like, the whole point of, I think, the thing is that it's supposed to be kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. It's because like, this is how you guys interact. You guys are very friendly in a work environment in this kind of way, but it should not be actual romance and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think the whole point is kind of tongue-in-cheek.
But are there any borders for a work wife, work husband?
I believe
No,
so.
Okay, well, what I mean is okay. Certain things that seem innocuous may not necessarily be so. So, in other words, you greet each other. Hey, work wife, work husband, fun.
Right.
Hey, work wife, I made some tuna fish last night. I brought you some.
Seems more like an attack.
Tuna fish. I bought some lobster and steak and shrimp, and I set it on your desk with a flower. A little different than tuna fish.
Again, you shouldn't be selfish to the office.
Well, here's the thing.
Place.
This is the transition part. So I have to apologize again to the audience.
You're just defending everyone at that moment. I'm sorry.
There's a second part of this story.
Yeah, it's shellfish.
Why? Why is this? What's
It lingers.
We just talk about the office space in general.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing your bit.
Okay.
No, you should. I mean, but listen.
Anyway.
This is part of the story, and I do have to apologize to the audience because there's a second part of the story that unfortunately I had access to that I seem to not be able to get access to currently. But I'll tell you because there's another part that I thought was interesting about this. In the original post, the wife is talking about how initially the husband actually didn't say anything. They overheard his co-workers talking about this, and the co-workers claimed these two to be the work wife and work husband. Right. And when she went to confront him about this, he was kind of like, it's a joke thing. And I felt more upset at like the person if I'm sitting, he's like, hey, these two, like my coworker, friend of yours, these two are flirting. These two are really good. These guys are work wife and work husband. That's more of the coworkers issue. And I think I would have, if this different situation was given to me, I would have been like, hey, what are we doing? Let's not make it sound like that because it wasn't coming from me. That was my initial take. However, like I said, there's more to this story.
Okay.
And again, I don't have it verbatim, so I'll tell you the part that when I first read this surprised me. So, the update to the story was once she gave her husband a sort of ultimatum of like, hey, I need you to go publicly to the office and tell people that you are not going to consider whoever your work wife, you're not work husband because you're going to get actually married to me, which is a very reasonable thing to say. They got into a little tit-tat, they had an argument about that, because he was mainly saying, hey, it's no big deal. However, the story continued that this wasn't just a bit that they were going to do. Apparently, the office, the whole office, the 9 to 5, was going to enact in an actual wedding environment. They were going to perform a ceremony. Wow. They were going to have people come up. So, and all that type of stuff. And this is something he knew. This is something that was planned. And which to me, already the situation is a little like, okay, that's strange about that. But then, my first thing, before I got into how bad that was, my first reaction was, where are you working?
Right.
Who has time to make a whole wedding ceremony? They were going to be like, there's a wedding ceremony. And we're going to have people come in. And this is the first time Paul, please.
The party warehouse.
That's a good Paul.
There you go, Paul. Let's give it a Paul. Thank you, party warehouse.
Party warehouse.
Very good. Barumpo.
I don't know many people that have read this series, but this feels like very much a series of unfortunate events. This was the Count Olaf thing in the first book
Yes.
of how to get the Baudelaire money, all right? And like so, like as far as the play acting goes, was there actually going to have like an actual officiant there? You know, like how far would have gone? Oh no, it was just in fun.
From the story that I read, I wish I'll see if I can find it, maybe give an update on my
Yeah.
own at some point. It seemed very involved through an
Yeah,
office.
I feel somewhere inside that, and I apologize again to the audience, that we are not demonstrating the level of outrage of female person, you know, and I feel it's missing from the table. I think I think there's a level of outrage that we're missing.
So
So trying to empath some of the the feminine mindset, if I get this, and this is dangerous
learning
because I'm trying. I mean, trying to evolve. I can only say that she wasn't heard.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I think what it was that he dismissed her feelings, and as men we do that often. I know I have, and not intentionally, but sometimes. What was that?
No, it's a big phrase. I'm saying safe as much as I can. No, we do that. We do.
Yeah, we.
I want to backtrack a little bit. The very fact that he knew of this wedding,
That's the crazy part.
right,
The
and
whole thing's
said,
crazy.
"Yeah, let's run with this."
No,
you
but
know?
that's the thing is, don't you say? But the first thing I think, I'm glad I wanted to present it this way because the first part does make it seem like it's a little much. The first part when you hear is like, okay, work wife, all that stuff. Before you get to him dismissing the wife and being like, oh, you're a, because that's ridiculous. You should never say that to your wife. You should never say that to anyone you love.
Yeah.
But before you get there, it's like, all right, it seems a little bit much to go publicly to your office, and it's a little bit. I get it, but he's dismissed like, we're all joking. It's all jokes here. This is you don't. It's Nancy. You hardly know Nancy.
Right.
I do a fist bump when we walk down the hall. That was the energy I was getting. I was like, okay, it does seem a lot.
Yeah.
But then he knew that he was going to go back to work and have a wedding ceremony when he also that's still his fiance that they were supposed to get married.
Wow,
Right.
wow,
And he was
wow.
like,
Right.
That's insane. to me.
It's kind of crazy.
How do you plan a fake wedding with more efficiency than your actual?
I can imagine that's how she's feeling.
And you know what's crazier still?
Yeah.
I heard that they hired the flower girl from the first story.
Bravo,
Thank you so much.
It would be the same group.
That's it.
To have that mentality.
That's it. I love that.
It would be the same group.
Wow, that's some audacity. That's kind of bad. That's a very, very bad. I'm up for. I like a great bit, and unfortunately, I don't have that. I work overnights, and I work by myself. So if I had to have a work wife, I'd be married to myself. You know, and
I'd even make that seem like I'm working hard.
I don't know, or just be, but you know, and I can see how that. I'm surprised that, depending upon where you work, I'm surprised that there's someone in HR just writing
That's
down.
what I'm saying.
They just got.
What is a tax write-off? What's going on?
What are we doing?
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable.
How much time do you have?
Maybe they do it. Maybe they were gonna do it in the lunchtime.
Lunch
Lunch break marriage.
Lunch.
Wow, So that's. So once again, I don't think who wrote this. Is the woman that wrote the lady?
The fiance.
No, you're not wrong in this.
The response was, "Am I overreacting?" And you're not overreacting.
You're not overreacting.
This is insane.
And as Nell said, the a-hole.
Yeah.
I think that was the point where you're allowed to feel it, because then that was not only not acknowledging your feelings, it was just being
insulting and dismissive.
Dismissive, absolutely. All right. Wow.
So we had a couple of stories here, so we're not going to get to them all. I do think we have time for you.
We have one more.
You want to do like a
quick
do
one?
you know of a quick one?
Yes, I know one of the quick ones.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to hear one more?
Woo!
Okay, absolutely. Soon we'll be live and Ashley can call in. Listen, if you have any feelings about this, as my sons have said, go to the website and respond and this and the other. If and listen, give us the outrage that we're missing from the table, or at least the understanding, because I really feel like we're crippled in that sense.
And we're working on it.
And we're working on it.
There's more to come soon, and please send us what your thoughts are in the comments, and leave us a voice message if you can on our website.
That's true.
So this is going to be a quick one. Hopefully you do so, and I think we have made a lot of references to the three of us being clown-like. However, my father was actually a clown
Indeed.
professionally. So we have some clown in us, and this story could be about that. This again is AITH. AIT. I've been saying H this whole time. I think so.
Yeah, you have.
It's AITA. AITA. And it's AITA for inviting a clown to my wedding and putting him in the pictures. Weddings are really, I didn't realize all the wedding ones are here. But,
For not telling my fiance about us. Wait a minute. Am I missing this?
No, I think maybe it's the one just above.
Wait, let me see.
There's two clown ones. And you wanna,
Which
Yeah,
one?
try the one just above the other one.
Right there? Okay, there
if
we
you
go.
keep
All
going, you
right.
get to the wrong.
Okay, it's horrible. I'm older.
Just like the statement. All right.
Okay, here we go.
AITA for inviting a clown to my wedding and putting him in the pictures. This is called a throwaway account for obvious reasons. Some people make accounts just so they can post their one thing and they leave it alone because sometimes they might be too specific and they won't want people to know what they're posting.
Okay.
And this account to, again, keep it anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is I, 29 female, this was I, 29F, married my hubby, 31 male, a few months ago. Neither of us were particularly interested in spending a boatload of money on a wedding no one would actually enjoy, so we were casual. The wedding was in the party room of a pizza place we love. It's a recently renovated 19th century factory, so it looks cool and it looks cool looking. And let's see. And decided to let our friends and family bring their army of small children because pizza to entertain the kids. We decided to have a few carnival-themed games and snacks available, and we hired a clown, male 23, to do balloon animals.
Okay.
I know this clown. He is a friend of mine. I just like how they said that. He is a friend of my cousin's who has good clown credentials.
Which is important.
I won't
He
lie,
was a
that
clown
whole
clown.
sentence just happened. That one line is how I picked the story. Who has
He's
good
got a
clown-
certificate in tomfoolery, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very good.
exactly right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right.
He was great with kids. We had the bright idea to invite the clown to be in some of our wedding photos as well. Anyhow, I noticed MIL, mother-in-law, female 60s, had been kind of distant since the wedding, but I didn't realize that she was pissed off at us until she came to dinner last night. We got the wedding photos and picked our favorite, which is the two of us looking at each other dramatically with the clown standing next to us, holding a big fancy squeaky hammer like he is about to bonk my husband's head. We get it framed and put it up in the house.
Hilarious.
When my mother-in-law saw the photo, she lost it. She blamed me for embarrassing her and continuing to rub it in her face with the clown photos, and that I should have put my foot down and made sure her and her son had a classy wedding and not the clown show you put on. My
That was
husband,
in quotes.
Yeah, sorry, not the clown show. She made a reference. Right. My husband told his mom to leave, but I'm honestly kind of shaken.
Ooh.
The feedback from other family members and friends have been positive, and I've had a good relationship with my mother-in-law so far. So this was a surprise. I know a lot of people say that the wedding is for the family, not for the couple, which isn't something I took very seriously until now, and I'm wondering if I should have considered my mother-in-law feelings more when putting together the party. So am I the a-hole for my clown show wedding?
So let me just say, when you get married, personally, I feel that there are inside jokes that you and your betrothed, your wife, are going to have to share with one another, right? I feel that particularly if you guys are sharing a photo frame with one another, and are taking a photo with one another, whatever that history represents, should be a representation of your marriage and your comedy and your humor,
Yeah.
all right? If your mother is upset that a clown was in your picture frame and she wasn't a part of that, that was because you're not part of the inside joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I feel as if, like, it's something to reflect on, like, your relationship.
Would you
right?
say it's all about the framing of it?
Exactly.
Very good.
You know,
Good point. Very
exactly,
good.
this is what
It's a new thing I'm working
It's a
on.
little different. Like you're trying to elaborate on what the joke is, and then you explain the joke, and then it's all the same thing. Yeah, but like I can understand if the clown was in every picture, there might have been an issue.
Yeah.
Right. But it sounds like it was just a picture of the.
I do believe the clown is in multiple pictures.
I mean, it's still fine.
But yeah.
Like if it was in every picture, there might be a question. Like multiple pictures, right? Like it's still your book. It's still your memory.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I thought of it. Dad, as a clown,
Yes.
what's your professional opinion? Clown credentials.
Well, as a professional clown, I think that the clown actually adds value to the picture.
There you go.
I think the clown itself adds the humor into the relationship, because sometimes in a relationship, as time goes on, that's one of the things that you lose, the ability to laugh. But when the clown is in your wedding picture, you're saying to the public, and your vows essentially, that we want to keep humor in our relationship. And I think the clown represents that. And we thank the people from the clown community, if I may speak for us, that having humor in your life plan is most important.
This is Hazen Fields II, clown quotes.
That's right. I am Whistles the Clown, and I approve this message. That's right.
He's got a doctorate in slapstick.
Now, I say that tongue in cheek, but I do. There is a there's agency that you need to have as a couple, but there are some things that I don't know. Traditionally, when the wedding is being done, oftentimes it is the bride who it's her wedding.
Yeah.
She does sometimes invite the mother-in-law and her mother, well, particularly her mother, to be a part of the thing.
Right.
Now, if the mother-in-law gave a lot of money to this thing, I didn't get the impression that she did.
Right.
But if she did, I still don't think she has the right to say, well, yeah, but yeah. That could be complicated.
Yes.
But let's assume she did not put any money towards it. I would say that the mother-in-law is overstepping, and we have to remember a wedding is a day.
Yes.
A wedding is a day. It's the marriage that's important. If these two kids want a clown and they love each other, and if your son goes against you, Mom, you should consider their feelings and not, you've made me feel bad. I'll tell you. You should have a classy wedding. No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's her voice in my head. That's in my head. What about yourself?
No, I agree with what you're saying. I think, first off, I really want to say this is really important to me, for the user, for them to know, because we also want to know if they believe they're an a-hole or not. I want to say you're not, and the reason why I believe you're not is because this is hilarious. That's most of my take. This is funny. Funny does a lot of work for me. Good job. But second to that, because we're wrapping up soon, I think everyone said it. I think the wedding is up to you. It should be for you. It could also be for the family. And one thing I want to know, as a wedding photographer, someone who's in, like what Trey said, I can't imagine the clown is in every photo.
Right.
If they are, to me, that's extra funny. That is kind of that is hilarious.
Personally,
but I can't imagine the clown is there. So if there's one picture of you guys that's like together and there's no clown, and the mother-in-law has a picture of her with her family with no clown, or maybe the clown is kind of in the background, kind of
because
blurry.
let's be honest, like how hilarious would it be? You have an all-white wedding, and you have doves flying in the background, and you have this one clown in the background trying to chase those doves.
It's amazing.
Absolutely hilarious, right?
And
the mother-in-law doesn't have to be in that photo. They could be either the one with the pie in her face. So there's two different things. No clown.
I am certain that no one's coming to various fields to be wedding planners. But listen, to the mother-in-law, I say, mime your own business. Woo! That was right there.
No, I couldn't applaud that.
Okay, it's okay. Oh, very good.
My apologies.
Wow. Well, this has been. I think we're just about ready to land this plane. And listen, let's give Lexington another wonderfully produced show. Great thing. Thank you so much. I thought that was an exciting. What about you? You enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Lots of fun. Lots of good information.
A whole lot of mothers. A whole lot of
That's right.
So also, the other question is, would the mother be able to join this wedding if they brought the ring bearer daughter?
no. Well, here's the thing. It'd be a lot of people. They would need a clown guard.
Well done, very done. On that note, I think we've got to land now. That we can't get any better than that. Well done. All right, listen. We'll be here next week. I think we're going to be actually showing this on Mother's Day. Am I right?
Yes.
Is this going to be on Mother's Day?
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day
Happy
to all of
Mother's
you. Spend time with your moms. Love them all. And fellas, as always, I love you to the moon and back.
Too.
And we thank you all for being here at Various Fields. See you next time.
That's right. Love you, Mom.